Hello, this is lesson 4 third grade worksheet. So the first thing we're doing is adding. So the instructions is to round to the nearest hundreds or to the nearest dollar for questions 1 through 4, and round to the nearest 10 for questions 5 through 8, and to estimate the sum. So number 1, let's first just add them all out. So 0 plus 0 equals 0, 7 plus 1 equals 8, and then 4 plus 2 equals 6. So we're gonna answer 620. Since it's this number is 5 or above and it says to round to the hundreds places here, so we're going to round up to just 700. So 700 is our answer for this one. Number 2, 101 plus 517. 7 plus 1 equals 8. 0 plus 1 equals 1. 5 plus 1 equals 6, so we get 618. We're going to round to this number. Since it's 4 or less, we're rounding down. It's just to our hundreds, we're going to add zeros. Number 3, 5.26 plus 3.98. All right, so let's just add these. So 6 plus 8 equals 14. 9 plus 2 equals 11. 11 plus 1 equals 12. 5 plus 3 equals 8, sorry. And then 8 plus 1 equals 9, so we get 924. And then dollar sign. And then we want to round to our hundreds. Or this one here. So we're going to round to this one. So it's just going to be 9.00. Number 4, 3 plus 1 equals 3. 4. Let me erase that. 4. 6 plus 3 equals 9. Let's add our decimal now. And then 9 plus 4 equals 13. Since this number is 5 or above, we round, we want to add it to this, make this number. So it's going to be 14.00. So we're rounding up and making it to 14. So we're rounding it to our whole number. Or rounding to the nearest dollar. Since this is our nearest dollar, we're rounding here. I'll add our dollar sign too. So number 5, it says to round to the nearest 10 for 5 through numbers 5 through 8. So if we're gonna round to our nearest sum, we do we're gonna round to the nearest 10. So since this is 7, it's 5 or above, so we're gonna add 1 to this 4 to make it 950. And this one is just 0, so we don't round up, so we just keep it 180. All right, so 0, 5 plus 8 equals 13. 9 plus 1 equals 10. And then 10 plus 1 equals 11. So we get our answer 1,130. Let's skip 6. Let's go to 7 here. So we want to round to our tens. This number is 8, which is 5 or more. So we're going to round this one up one. So we're basically plus 1ing this. So it'll be 1, 5, 80. Right? And then 364, this is 4 or less, so we're not rounding down, so we just keep it as 360. Now we add these numbers. So it's going to be 0 plus 0 equals 0, 8 plus 6 equals 14, 5 plus 3 equals 8, plus 1 is 9, and then we drag the 1 down, so we get 1,940. Let's do next page. So the next page is to compare numbers by using the symbols greater than or less than or equal to. So if we see here, we have 100 or 300,000s and then 500,000, right? So these are the same amount right here. So we look at these first numbers. So this one is 3 and this one is 5, and since 5 is greater than 3, we can write a sign here. Now we can only look at the first numbers if we know that these have the exact same places. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this one is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So since these are the same, we can look at the first number and see which one's greater. Right, so number 2, we know that there's the same amount of numbers, right? So if you look at the first one, if we look at the first 3, actually, it's the same, 206. And then we look at 70 or 7, this one, the same, this one, same. And then we look at 1 and 2. Since 2 is greater, we write that this one is greater than. And then let's do number 4. 904, we know that there's the same amount, so we look at the first numbers. 9 is greater than 8, so we can write this one is greater than that one. Number 5, we know that they're same places, so we look at the first numbers. 9 is greater than 2, so 200,000 something is less than the 900,000. And then let's look at number 6. So we look at the first numbers, so we know it's the same. And then these are equal, so we look at the next one. So 5 and 5 and 0. So 5 is greater than 0, so this one is greater than. Right. Okay, next page is to find the next number in each pattern. So if we look at 45, or no, let's look at number 1. So 45, then it goes 55, 65, 75. So if we notice, it's going up by tens every single time. Right, so our missing number should just be 75 plus 10. 5 plus 0 equals 5. 7 plus 1 equals 8, and we get 85. Number 2, so we go from 340 to 320 to 300 and then 280. So if you see the pattern here, just minus 20 every single one. So now we do 280 minus 20, we get 0. 8 minus 2 is 6, then we get 2, so we get 260. Let's go down to number 6. So there's 154 up to 160, up to 166, and then 172. If we notice here, when we add 6, we get 160. When we add 6 to 160, we get 166. And we add 6 to 166, we get 172. So basically, we're just adding 6 every single time. Right? So we should do 172 plus 6. 6 plus 2 equals 8. And then we just drag the rest down, so it's 178. Let's go up to 9 here. So 420, and then 410, 400, 390. We can easily see that it's just subtracting by 10 along the way. So we do 390 minus 10, 0, 9 minus 1 equals 8, and then drag it down for 3. So we get 380. Number 10 goes 50, 60, 70, 80. This one's really easy. It's just adding 10s every single one. So 80 plus 10, 90. So your answer is 90. 700. So we go 700 to 705 to 710 to 715. We can easily see that this goes up by 5 to this one, and then this one goes up by 5. So we know that we're adding 5 every single time. So 715 plus 5. 5 plus 5 equals 10. Drag the 1 up, so 1 plus 1 equals 2. Then drag this 7 down, so we get 720. Number 12, this one's really simple too. With 0, 10, 20, 30, we're just going up by 10s. Alright, so we equal 30 plus 10. 0 plus 0 equals 0. 3 plus 1 equals 4, so we get 40. Last page is word problem. So let's look at number 1. There are 423 pages in a book that Aaron is reading right now. He read until page 115. How many more pages does he need to read in order to finish the book? So we know that this is the total amount of pages, and this as he read, and we want to know how many more. So we're going to do subtraction, right? So 423 minus 115. Can't do 3 minus 5, so we need to take 1 from this 2, turn it to that 1. Add 10 to the 3, which makes 13. Now it's 13 minus 5, which equals 8. And then 1 minus 1 equals 0. 4 minus 1 equals 3, so we get 308. So he needs to read 308 more pages in order to finish the book. Let's go to number 3 here. So it says Mike and O'Keefe paddle from Big Bear to Yosemite to Las Vegas, which can be represented by the equation 10,427 plus 3,407. Estimate how many yards they paddled in all by rounding to the nearest thousands. So we know that if we do thousands, this is a thousands place, and this is a thousands place. And then since we want to round, we look at this number here. This number is 4 or less, right? So we don't round up, so it's just 10, comma 0, 0, 0, plus this one. We look at this one, so it's 4 again. Since it's 4 or less, we round down, or we don't round to anything, so we just round down. So it's going to count 3, comma 0, 0, 0. All these zeros should add up to 0. Add our comma. 0 plus 3 equals 3. Drag down this one so we get 13,000 yards. Okay, and then number 4, Tom estimated that 3,894 plus 8,206 is about 11,000 yards. Do you agree or disagree? So first, when it's about, he's basically rounding. So let's round to the nearest thousands here like he did. Let's look at 8, right? 8 is 5 or more, so we can round up to 4,000. And then plus this number here, it's 4 or less, so we round down, so it's going to be 8,000. Now if we do this vertically, so you can write it out vertically like this. All these zeros add up to equal 0. 8 plus 4 equals 12. We get our answer equals 12,000. So we would disagree.